Hey guys, what's going on? It's Boston Banner Bound Celtics edition. So I'm going to make this quick. There's only been 6 games. I'm not going to overreact. A lot of people are overreacting. Let's talk about what we've seen from the first 6 games that they have played. So I have noticed that, as per usual, they live and die by the 3. So that means that they are just going to keep shooting threes, as they always do. Is that a surprise to you? If you're a Celtics fan, you already know that that is how they are, and it is what it is. Like, were they 2 for 25 the last game? Yeah, that was fucking atrocious. However, they made it to double overtime. Yes, did they lose? Yeah, but you know what? The Wizards are kind of sneaky good, okay? Like, when I look at their roster, I'm like, oh shit. Like, they got Caldwell Pope, they got Bertans, they got Montrezl Harrell, who I would literally give my right arm for. And it's like, it's not like they're a bad team. They got Bradley Beal. So let's not overreact to the fact that they are now down in the series 0-2 with the Wizards. It's a long season. We got 82 games. Is it bad that we are starting off 0-2 when we face the Wizards, 4 times in a season? Yeah, that's not great, because when you have to come into the play-in, come playoffs, and when it comes down to, when they're trying to see, like, who has a better record, and then say the record is magically tied, or, ironically tied, or whatever, if the Wizards beat you for the entire regular season series, then they get the higher seed, and then the Celtics are just fucked. So I get aggravated when people say, oh, it's just the regular season, no one plays hard, no one cares, like, these games don't matter, but actually they do. All games matter, because your record matters and where you're seated in your conference. And again, like I said, it also matters when it comes down to matchups individually with each team. If you lose the season series with that team, you're going to lose out. You're going to be the lower seed, or you're going to have to go into the play-in, which is a new thing that they started last year, which is interesting, which actually, gives more competition, which is great. That's what we want to see. We want people to be fighting for a spot in the playoffs, so that's good. I did like that change that they made. That's a great change. But you know what? What we really need, looking at the big picture, is consistency. You can't have Jaylen Brown, your second leading scorer, or supposed second leading scorer, your duo to your Jason Tatum. You can't have him only have 3 points in 3 full quarters of play and think that you're going to win a game. Not going to happen. Just bizarre if you think that you're going to win a game and Jaylen only has 3 points in almost the entire game and ends the game with 13. Like, no, not going to happen. Sorry. So we need to see consistent numbers and consistency between our starting 5, but more specifically, Jaylen and Jason, our duo. Been saying it from the jump. Rob Will is my dude. Love him. Love that he's defense focused. He's kind of like a bigger, better Marcus Smart, in the sense of he's smart, he's good with he's a great defensive mind. He has he averages 3-4 blocks a game. You love to see that. I wish he cared more about the offense, because I would pay money, literally, to see those Tatum to Time Lord lobs. And I don't know why we don't do more of that. Run that play more, because that's so successful. Beyond successful. I really think that the Celtics need to work more on getting into the paint and not settling for shitty 3-point shots. They really need to not be afraid as if being in the paint is lava or something. They act as if they're going to burn to death if they go past the 3-point line. The game, yes, I get it. 3-point shots, that improves the game. That's a part of this day and age, what basketball is now, but you gotta play smart. You gotta go to the rim. You gotta draw fouls. You gotta finish your shots when you're drawing fouls and going to the rim. And also you gotta hit your free throws. They're called free throws for a reason. So yeah, those are the glaring issues right now. I think Ime's doing a great job. I think Ime also isn't going to hold back. He said that, if he has something to say, he's going to say it to these guys. And it sounds as though they're all on the same page and that the team wants him to be, down their throats and, giving them, harsh critiques and, not letting them settle. And that's great because I know that they ultimately respect him and they wanted him here and they want to go far with him. Giving him that water shower, when he got his first win, that type of team chemistry, that type of energy needs to stay consistent because when they're like all up and happy and supporting each other and happy for each other and happy to be there, that's what's going to keep the vibe 100. But if, you're going to get down on each other and you're not going to play team ball, then it's going to be a very long season if they can't, get consistent, stay on the same page and get together and be a team. I didn't like, that Marcus Smart, being the role model that he is, got that game suspension. Yes, it was just in preseason, but, Ime kind of set the tone there, which was great. And he was like, you know what, we're not dealing with no nonsense. I don't give a fuck if you've been on this team for 8 years. I don't care that you could be the captain. I don't care that you're the vet on this team other than Al Horford. Like, you're the Celtics vet on this team. If you don't follow my rules, you will be punished, and I don't care who you are. And that goes for anybody. So I think that that's great that, he's setting those boundaries and those guidelines and he's holding people accountable. That's going to be the main thing, holding people accountable, making sure that they're all on the same page and that they are all, the main goal, they're all working towards the main goal, which is to win Banner 18. Okay? That's the main goal. And definitely do it before the Lakers. Please, God, help us all. I'm not going to push the panic button. Yes, they're 2-4 right now. They're on a losing streak. They lost to the Wizards twice. Okay, big deal. Whatever. They're shaking off the rust. Clearly, this rust won't be shook so easily as we thought. Obviously, we're still hearing that people are having, issues with, injuries and what have you that they're still trying to recover from. So, it's a marathon, not a sprint. But they're only going to get there if they all work together collectively as a team. They play the Bulls tomorrow. I will be lucky enough to be in the Garden. Obviously, follow my social media. I am more active on Twitter when it comes to sports and sports things. I'm trying to do this more now when I can, and post on the IGTV, on my stories on YouTube. I'm just trying to, stay with this is fun for me. This is a hobby for me. I'm going to do it when I feel like it. It's not really going to be that consistent. So I'm preaching consistency from the Celtics, but I might not be. There's 82 games. I have a life. I'm not going to sit here and do this after every game they play. But if, I want to get on the mic and talk about something that's like a huge deal to me or something major happened that I want to talk about, I will. I'm not going to report after every single game. Like, I'm not getting paid to do any of that. I'm doing this for fun. So I'll do it on my own time. I appreciate all of you that say, hey, I come to your page because you're my sports info. I get my stats from you. I value your opinion. I like what you have to say. I get my, sports news from you, whether it's like from me or I'm just reposting what I see. So I appreciate the people that follow me. I appreciate the people that, reach out, and I appreciate all the support and all the followers. Like I said, stay tuned. Keep your eye out. I'll say what I want to say when I want to say it, whether it's, an Instagram story with like a sentence or two, or if I'm going to get on and do some FaceTime in my pajamas, in my basement, whatever. Again, don't push the panic button. Come on, Celtics fans, you should know this by now. They hate the third quarter, and then if they play good in the third quarter, they'll fuck up another quarter. They'll go into double overtime and break your heart all 3 times. It's just, they'll break your heart in the fourth quarter, they'll break your heart in the first overtime, they'll break your heart in the second overtime. It's just how it goes. You can't be a fair weather fan, you can't be the faint of heart in any of our Boston sports teams. You know that they're going to leave you, in heart attack games all the time. They're going to leave you on the edge of your seat. That's why you guys love it. That's why you stay. It's a toxic relationship, but we all love it. It's fine. We're never going to let them go. Those are our squads. So yeah, I will hop back on here whenever. So just keep a lookout. I'll post it. Maybe I'll do some IG lives. I now have an adapter on my phone that I can do IG lives. So shoot me a message if you think that you have topics that you want me to focus on, have a discussion about. I like doing polls. People like to get active with our polls. So yeah, it's going to be a fun season. It's going to be a good season. I think the Celtics are going to land in the top 3, hopefully the 3rd spot. We'll see how it goes. And it's going to be a fun ride, guys. So buckle up and join me.